Our fellow Pinkos and comrades, welcome to Malt Liquor Socialists. I'm your host, Mr. Kiefer, and today I'm joined by a man who, I think a couple years ago, you actually won a blue ribbon for a picture in the county fair.
Whoa. Yes, I did. That photo was titled Fortress. It was of Fort Rock out in Eastern Oregon.
It was.
It was.
It was a good picture.
I had to leave my house here in Southern Oregon at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and I'm a masochist.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
I left at 2:30 in the morning.
Freaking psycho.
Headed out over the mountains. The sun was just starting to... The funny story, actually. I mean, if you got time, we can talk about it.
Yeah, we have time.
Yeah. So I'm heading out that way, and I get to the place where I had scouted out on Google Earth that I wanted to be. Mm-hmm. I also have this app that tells me where the sun is going to be at a particular time on a particular day. So I was looking at that, trying to figure out, where my lighting would be. And it was telling me, well, your lighting is going to be right, at about, 5:45, 6 o'clock in the morning. So that's why I had to leave so early. But so I get there and I'm setting up. It's like 5 o'clock. It is absolutely silent out there. You can literally hear your own heartbeat. There is no noise out there. So I'm setting up and I'm looking at the rock, and it's fine. The light's not quite there, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, this is cool. But as time is going on, I'm realizing, where the fuck is the sun?
Okay.
Shouldn't the sun be rising right now? And so it slowly started to dawn on me, oh shit, there's a forest fire out that direction. There's a bunch of smoke in the air. And so when the sun started to actually rise above the smoke, it was higher than where it should have been.
Okay.
To me. And suddenly my lighting was like not where it was like, oh, you got to snap pictures now. You got to go now. And where I was at, I was like, oh, this is not good. So I just threw all my equipment in the car. Just literally, just like I threw the camera, I threw the tripod in the car.
Hucked it all in.
And I started just jamming down this dirt road at like 65 miles an hour. Because I'm like, this is not good. It's not right. It's not right. And so I'm jamming down this dirt road. And the entire time, I'm not actually looking at the road. I'm looking at, Fort Rock, looking at my lighting. And luckily the road it's Eastern Oregon.
It's straight.
Most of those dirt roads out there are just to the horizon. So I'm jamming down this dirt road. I'm looking at the rock, and all of a sudden I get to a point somewhere along there where I look at the rock and I'm like, holy shit, that's my picture. And I just slam on the brakes. I throw myself out of the car, grab all my gear. I run down like this embankment. And I set up there, and I just start taking pictures, and I'm not even looking at what I'm getting. I'm just literally like, the light is right. Just go.
You're
go,
just,
go.
It's like everything's perfect. You're just throwing spaghetti against the wall to see what
Pretty
sticks.
much at this point, I'm just snapping photos. So then the sun gets higher in the sky and, kind of, ruins that lighting. And so I just tool around Fort Rock a little. I walk the trails that are there. It's actually kind of a neat place. I mean, there's not much to do except just kind of walk around and, look at the rock and everything, which is fine. There's birding opportunity there. There's another funny story about a birding opportunity there that I won't share now.
Yeah, we'll get that next time.
But
maybe.
So I just tool around. I take some more pictures here and there, and then I'm like, all right, well, that's, hey, party's over. Like, the sun is now, nearly above me. I should probably get home. So head home, and the entire drive home, I'm just thinking, wow, that fucking sucked. That was terrible. I drove all this way out for that.
You didn't even get a decent picture,
Like,
huh?
I didn't... Like, good God. Like, it was just so manic, and I was kind of upset at myself. Like, man, I was really beating myself up on the way home. So I get home, going through my photos, and I see the photo of what eventually would become Fortress. And I look at it, and I'm like, maybe there's something here. You know me when it comes to my own photography.
Yeah.
I think it all sucks.
So you're a critic.
Right. I am my own worst critic. 1 out of 5 stars. Would not take a photo again. But I look at that photo. I'm like, okay, maybe there's something to work with here. I did some minor editing to it to like make the green bushes and
A little bit of saturation
stuff. I am not one of these people to like over edit my photos. I really like my photos when it comes out of the camera. That's what I want. The perfect photo in my head is the photo that I take
and you don't have to dick
and
with.
I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
So I saw it and I was like, I'll do some edits here and there. Like, okay, whatever, minor color correction. Okay, fine. So then, it comes around to the fair and, you were one of those people. My wife was one of those people. I had a few people in my life that were like, hey, you should enter a couple of these photos into the fair. They're like really good.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. No, why would I do that?
And yet you did.
Well, and then I started to think like, okay, well, hey, here's a good opportunity. If I put these photos into the fair and they don't win anything, well, then, I kind of win, and it tells me all that I need to know about myself, that I still need, I still need to work on it. Like, fine, that's cool. And if they do win, then maybe I'm on to something. I doubt I'll win, but hey, if I win, then maybe I'm on to something.
And then blue ribbon.
So I entered 3 photos into the fair. Fortress was one of them. There was another one won a what is it, like a judge's choice or something, or like honorable mention. That's what they called it.
Okay.
So Fortress won the blue ribbon. There was another photo that I took. You were actually there with me for this. We were at the Christmas.
Christmas Valley.
Yeah, we were at the Christmas Valley sand dunes.
So do you actually got a good picture of the night sky with that, huh?
It wasn't the night sky photo that I took. It was the sun. It was setting, and so all the sand was just like this nice, rich, like kind of orange reddish tone.
Nice red gold color.
Nice red gold color, and there was a lot of contrast between like the shadows that were coming off of those dunes and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
Yeah, that was good. So that one won me honorable mention, and so to make a long story short, I'm at work during the fair, and my sister texts me and she's like, hey, you won first place. And I'm like, LOL, shut the fuck up, sis. Like, don't even joke with me. How dare you say that? And she's like, no, seriously, you actually won, and you won an honorable mention too. And again, I was like, no. I'm like, I was like, I don't believe you. Send me a photo of it. Send me a photo of the blue ribbon. she sends me a photo with the blue ribbon next to my photo, and I'm like, okay, whose blue ribbon did you steal? So then I was finally like, all right. So I went down to the fair, which I never do. And I went down there, and sure enough, it was like, yeah, you, this has won first place. And I was just like,
What the fuck?
wow. Okay. So maybe I'm on to something.
Yeah.
So, and ever since then, people have liked my stuff. So there you go. There you have it.
Your work is good.
Thank you.
I have no. It's like I can't really do any complaints. Your work is good. You're dedicated. I mean, you managed to drag me out finally to one for the Crater Lake, and I was an idiot and underdressed. I damn near froze my ass off.
I was so upset at you. I don't know if I ever told you.
No, that's fair. You know what the best part is?
Yeah.
It wasn't even that I was like, because I was just wearing jeans and a t-shirt, and
yeah.
it's like, yeah, I was underdressed. I should have worn a jacket.
Yeah.
That's not why we left.
Okay.
Remember, why we left was because my dog at home broke into the back bathroom.
That's right.
And then got itself trapped in there, and nobody knew where the goddamn Doberman was, and everyone was freaking the fuck out. And the Doberman ended up clawing the door halfway through at the base.
Amazing.
Yeah, so that, to be fair, I was still a fucking moron.
Okay.
So-
I'm less upset at you then.
So I was a moron, and you deserve to be upset at me because, in all honesty, I should have been like, yeah, no, I'm going to grab a nice warm coat.
I was upset because I remember I told you, like, I think we finished an episode here.
Yeah.
And I mentioned, like, oh yeah, tonight I'm going up to Crater Lake. I'm going to do night sky photography. I'm going to try to take, pictures of the lake and everything. It's clear. It should be great. And you were like, oh, can I come? And I was like, yeah, if you want to, that would be cool. I would love to have someone with me.
And then I was a dumbass.
And then we get up there. Well, and then I told you, like, I'm going to be up there for a while. I'm just warning you. And you were like, oh, yeah. No problem, man. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we get up there. We're there for like an hour and a half or like 2 hours. And you're like, hey,
I'm freezing my ass off. I can't feel my fingers.
we got to go. And I was just like, all right, we'll go.
To be fair, for me, that was a little bit of a godsend. Because again, I was getting to the point where I couldn't feel my fingers. I was not saying, though, we need to go because I can't feel my fingers.
Right.
I was getting text messages where it's like, we can't find the dog. Where's the dog? All this stuff. I'm just like,
yes. Yeah, I do remember that now. Yeah.
So
anyways,
why
are we here?
Exactly. So now that we've gone over that very roundabout introduction, to finish this introduction off in this week's episode, we have a few things to go over. First, I want to address something that the semi-sentient prolapsed hemorrhoid chief shared.
Oh, no.
It's going to be brief, but we need to go over it for a reason.
Okay.
Then there's going to be a brief Daily Career article from Sunday, April 5th to go over. And finally, we are going to discuss something that's a bit more for a political undertaking that's going underway in Oregon.
Okay.
And I absolutely had no damn clue about it whatsoever until recently. And I'm really hoping it's successful.
Oh, okay.
This is something that apparently has been going on now for like, they've been building it up for years, and it's like, wait, what? They're doing this? It's awesome.
Okay. All right.
So
I'm listening.
first, we're going to be talking about the really messed up shit right out the gate. I just want to get it done with.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. And I expect that, I don't want to go into a lot of detail about it, and I refuse to watch the original thing.
Okay.
But President Fucksting McBigot posted a graphic and unedited video on his social media platform of a man beating a woman to death with a hammer.
Wow, I'm really loving that we live in this timeline.
I know. Isn't it the worst, stupidest fucking timeline?
It's pretty bad. Yeah.
So when I first heard about this, my immediate thing, it's like, I didn't doubt it. When I first heard about this, it's like, of course he did.
Isn't that crazy that we live in a time where it's like the fucking president of the United States could post like
A brutal murder.
Hey, I posted a fucking snuff film. Look at this shit. And instead of people going, oh, wow, that's like well, that's not a funny joke, but it's like, oh yeah, that must not be true. Everybody is immediately like,
I can see that.
Did he actually did that?
Yeah. So when I first heard about this, I was wondering why he would share it.
Oh.
It wasn't that it wasn't, did he share it? Did he really? It was like,
yeah.
Why?
Why?
And I had a bunch of different like theories about why he might do this, and one of them, it turns out, was the reason why.
Oh, great.
I did not watch the video of this. I refused to watch the video of this. And we're not watching the video this year.
I'm not watching it either.
Good. I did find some news articles about it though.
Okay.
So the perpetrator in the video is a person of color who has been identified as an undocumented immigrant. And dipshit Don is using this to renew his dog whistle about undocumented immigrants and pushing the narrative that Biden let immigrants in all willy-nilly.
Also, people of color are bad.
Yeah, exactly. Now, even though this isn't a local issue, I just want to take a moment to at least acknowledge this.
Let's bring it up. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is completely unprecedented. No president has ever done this kind of dumb shit before.
And there's a lot of people around here where we live who are pretty okay with this.
Yeah. And this is where this is a little bit weird because, again, this administration, the word unprecedented seems to lose its meaning. But this is a huge what the fuck moment.
Yeah.
And it's big enough to be important and eye-catching, but it's small enough to process and not necessarily be overwhelmed by it.
Okay.
So that's why I kind of want to go over this, because there are some things where you can go, holy fuck, he's doing this. Like, you cannot process it and maintain all of your sanity. It's like some of it at the very least is going to slip away there when you're like, how the fuck could this happen? This is not that.
Yeah.
This is horrible. But you can sit here and go, okay, I understand who this shitheel is. And I can understand why he do this. He's a horrible fucking person. This is a step above when he mocked that one disabled reporter. And it's like, this should have been the end of his political career.
I feel like this is above and beyond that.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is. But in the same vein, it's like, this is something where you can look at this and go, okay, yeah, this is within his character. This is not this is not like inhuman shit.
This is not a stretch for him to do.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is absolutely racist dog whistling, because if Trump gave even a wet fart about violent crime, he would be focusing on U.S.-born white male citizens. The majority of his base.
The majority, yeah.
Yeah. Instead, he's focusing on an uncommon event, an uncommon incidents from a population that commits violent crime at a far lower rate than native-born U.S. citizens. According to Alex Norrasthe, and I'm mispronouncing that.
Oh, yeah.
He's an immigration policy analyst at the Cato Institute. Immigrants overall, which does include undocumented immigrants, have a 62% lower homicide rate than native-born U.S. citizens. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your unneeded reminder that the shit Gibbon is a horrible human being who has done and is doing horrible things. And again, I just wanted to bring that up because it's something we can process.
Sure.
And it's something we should acknowledge and keep in mind. In the midterms, there are people currently up for re-election who support this kind of fucktardery.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay. Now, we're going to get into something more pleasant.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Gosh, okay.
Yeah. So we have an article to go over from the Daily Courier. This was something that I was not aware of until Mr. Morgan actually brought this up.
Oh.
So
I totally forgot what it was. Oh, yeah, dog.
So this was from the Daily Courier. I think this was the 5th of April, Sunday article.
Yes.
Titled, Barnett Lawsuit to Halt His Recall Dismissed by Court for Inaction.
It was that last word that caught me.
Yep.
Yeah.
By Chrissy Ewald. I think I'm saying that right. So we'll just go through this and the commentary. I'm looking so forward to this.
Great. Go.
So a lawsuit filed by former Josephine County Commissioner Chris Barnett that sought to block the recall from office has been dismissed by the court for lack of action. He never served anyone. And that is part of the article.
That is it. That is a quote from the article. He never served anyone.
Yep.
So when he was talking about it, saying that he was going to sue people, that he was going to do this, what he actually did was
jack shit.
nothing.
Yeah. Not a damn thing. So, the lawsuit filed in Josephine County Circuit Court on December 3rd, 2025, asked the court to halt the recall process, saying the recall petition had false statements. He named as defendants County Clerk Rhiannon Henkels for her role as Chief of Elections and Chief Recall Petitioner Jim Goodwin. So what I don't get is this is for false statements.
Yeah.
And he's naming the county clerk as defendant where all she did was tally the votes.
Also, I think what is kind of flying under the radar here with people is that, okay, he filed this lawsuit. He named the defendants of this lawsuit, saying that they had given false statements.
Mm-hmm.
He did nothing.
No.
So that tells me that he knew that they did not provide false statements.
Yeah.
And that he did this bullshit just to fucking
A scare tactic. Yeah.
He did jack shit. He knew he was fucking lying.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So back to the article. Barnett also claimed Goodwin's role as chief petitioner violated provisions of a separation agreement Goodwin signed with the county when he resigned as director of Josephine County Juvenile Justice. Whether those claims were valid are unknown. Barnett filed the lawsuit without aid of an attorney and never served either Henkels or Goodwin.
Never served them.
Yep.
What does that tell you?
Tells you that, again, it's a scare tactic.
Uh-huh.
He filed the same day the court clerk's office verified the petitioners had turned in enough signatures to force a special election on the question of whether to recall Barnett, and fellow Commissioner Andreas resigned days later rather than face the election. Barnett refused to resign and was subsequently ousted 62% to 38% in a recall election on January 6th. Barnett remained in office for several weeks pending the certification of the election results, resulting in a protracted standoff with fellow Commissioner Ron Smith over the process of appointing replacement commissioners. I am still tickled pink that Ron Smith...
He stood his ground.
He stood his ground. It's like, I didn't vote for him, but I'm very pleased he did that.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The dismissal of the lawsuit, which was signed by a judge last week, was without prejudice, meaning Barnett has the option to file the complaint again. In dismissing the case, the court noted Barnett never served anyone.
He never did a goddamn thing.
He just went to the court, he filed it, and then the follow-up paperwork he had to do, didn't do it.
Didn't do it.
Nope.
If I'm sitting here and Mr. Kiefer, I believe sends out false statements.
Leave me out of this.
I'm sorry. This is just an example.
I know.
That if I truly believe he did, I would serve you with papers.
Yeah, or have a lawyer do it.
Or have a lawyer. Fucking someone do it. This man claimed that these people made false statements, falsely represented themselves, went through making a lawsuit, but when it came down to it, did fucking jack shit.
Yeah.
Which tells me again that he already knew that he had no ground to stand on.
Oh, yeah. He knew his claim was bullshit. Again,
Yes.
it was just a fear tactic.
Right.
So, on Friday, let's see. On Friday, Barnett said in an email he plans to file one or potentially two new lawsuits.
Oh, that's fucking horseshit.
This time using an attorney
Oh, wow.
against Goodwin.
No, I think that's a fucking scare tactic too.
I
Fuck
think
him.
it is.
If he didn't go through it the first... This man was a fucking county commissioner, and you're fucking telling me that he didn't get an attorney? He didn't tell anyone to serve these fucking people. He could have fucking done it himself. He fucking didn't.
Now, just as far as the attorney stuff goes, keep something in mind.
What?
The last time he had a lawsuit where he paid for an attorney, he ended up owing a bunch of old people a lot of money.
That's fucking true, too.
So maybe he doesn't trust attorneys no more.
Well, but still, the fact at the matter at hand is he did jack shit.
Oh, yeah.
And again, like I said, this guy was a county commissioner. You would think that he could find somebody to do this, to serve them.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, in case anyone's thinking, and I don't think any of our listeners are going to have this misconception, Wally Hicks was not the attorney of the county commissioners.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do that. But also, with Wally's track record, I'm not sure I'd trust him to actually do that.
Well, that's true. But I know that, Wally works for the county and not so. But what I'm saying is that this man was in a position of authority.
Yeah,
he could go find an attorney if he wanted
and
to.
He made enough money in that position of authority that he could afford an attorney.
And we don't need a fucking high powered attorney. Yeah. Just find somebody to go who knows the law to serve people. If you truly believe that they made false statements against you, why aren't you doing it? And then to say that, oh, well, I'll file a new lawsuit and I'll get an attorney this time. Fuck off.
Yeah. We got a little bit more of this article to read.
Go for it. Yeah.
Barnett said the grounds would be false statements without facts on a recall petition and also breach of contract with Josephine County. He said he couldn't discuss the matter any further, in quotes, per counsel.
Oh, fuck off, dude.
In a phone call Friday, Goodwin said another lawsuit by Barnett would be a colossal waste of money. The petition language we got all of our information either from state court or from things that he did in an open public meeting as a county commissioner, Goodwin said. Goodwin said he couldn't be retaliating against the county, as Barnett has claimed, because he resigned voluntarily. In quotes, "How can I retaliate against my own resignation?" he said. And what I did made the county better. I wasn't trying to go after the county. I was trying to fix the county, and did that.
Boom.
End of article. Sorry, that one just makes me so happy because thank you for pointing that one out to me, Mr. Morgan. That was
that. It's nuts. That dude is certifiably nuts
and incompetent.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful combination for the purposes of entertainment. It's a horrible thing for governments.
Well, that's true.
So now we got one last thing we're going to go over.
Oh boy.
So finally, the political and legal undertaking currently underway in Oregon that I was completely unaware of.
Okay.
So it sounds like Oregon might be working towards being the first state to have universal health care.
Whoa.
Yeah. Now, as someone who is quarter Canuck, this is very exciting to me. And I want to skim over what has been accomplished so far and what, as well as what we might have to come.
Okay.
Now, for this information, Mr. Morgan and I are going to be going over information available on the Healthcare for All Oregon webpage, specifically the Path to Universal Healthcare in Oregon page, which is going to go over some basic stuff like when stuff has happened so far, what's happening now, and what they hope to happen in the future. And I will try to make sure we have a link to their general page in this episode's description. So
let's do it.
Let's do it indeed. So the Path to Universal Healthcare in Oregon. So in 2019, a task force was created. The Joint Task Force on the Universal Healthcare was tasked with designing a publicly funded single-payer healthcare system. From 2019 to 2022, the task force conducted research and a significant amount of public input from all geographic locations and from specific underrepresented communities. I'm wondering if Cave Junction actually might have gotten a bit of that.
Maybe.
Now, the task force report was completed in 2022. The report was presented to the legislature and included a concept plan that shows that a single-payer system is possible, will provide better care to more people, and will save money. The report included recommendations for the next steps at the time. In 2023, the UHP Governance Board was created. The Universal Health Plan Governance Board will design a detailed, publicly funded, single-payer universal healthcare system for recommendations to Oregon legislature. The extensive work of the governance board will ensure that the plan is done right. Now we're kind of where we are at. 2026, the governance board submitted recommended plans. So the UHP governance board will submit its recommended plans to Oregon legislature. When the plan is delivered, there are 3 possible paths ahead. The first, Oregon legislature creates Oregon's single payer plan in 2027, and that the legislature would turn the governance board's plan into legislation, creating a single payer universal plan for Oregon. The second option is the Oregon legislature brings this in front of the Oregon voters. That would be 2027 or 2028. Our elected officials would choose to put this on the Oregon ballot, which I'd be totally okay with.
Yeah.
And the third option, the Oregon legislature takes no action. The HCOA and advocates collect signatures for a ballot initiative, and that would be like in 2008. So,
28.
Yeah, sorry, 2028. Numbers are fun.
Yeah.
So basically, this is not the government's page on this. This is a community or group organization that is trying to keep track of this and also is very much interested in it. So they're trying to keep good information on this. And with the worst case scenario, what they're hoping is in 2028, if the legislation's like, no, we're not doing this. No, piss off. Then it's going to be cool. Petitions.
Yeah.
We're going to force this onto the goddamn ballots and take this to the voters. So what the ultimate goal is to have a single payer plan rollout, maybe around, maybe a little before, a little after 2030. So the task force reportedly showed it will take 2 years to fully implement the plan. So this isn't going to be like, oh, it passed overnight. We now have universal health care. It's going to take time to transition if we get this taken care of. The government's board will work out the details on transition plan. When implementation is complete, every Oregonian will have access to quality, affordable health care with no deductibles, co-pays, or out-of-pocket expenses. Everybody will be covered. Nobody will be underinsured, and Oregon will save a lot of money because they end up having videos on this site like talking about a lot of stuff because there is a lot of shit to go over with this. And they're trying to be proactive about this. One of the videos I did watch, it's a video that is debunking myths about universal healthcare, like in Canada.
Yeah.
And it goes over this stuff about how it's like, oh, you can get a hip replacement for your pet before you can get a hip replacement in Canada. And it's like, well, in what goddamn Providence is that even a thing? This is insane. No, it's not like an immediate like, oh, same day. That doesn't happen. But you know what? That doesn't happen here. That yeah. It's basically in Canada with single payer healthcare. They have similar problems to what we do in terms of waits and such. If you don't have a lot of money, you might be waiting a little bit for your treatment, just like here. You have people here who have long chronic issues and they are waiting, I fucking shit you not, years to receive treatment. And it happens, same thing kind of in Canada. And a lot of areas in Canada, if you live in a big metropolitan area, you oddly enough have access to lots of doctors and medical professionals quickly or more quickly. Kind of like here in the United States. If you live in a metropolitan area, you have quicker access to doctors and medical professionals, as opposed to if you live out in the middle of bumfuck rural nowhere. There tend to not be a lot of doctors who move out to the middle of bumfuck rural nowhere, here or in Canada.
True fact.
So you have all of these issues. One of the things that was kind of like technically a truth that I've heard before is, well, you'll have Canadians who their universal coverage won't get them the procedure they want, so they'll come here again. It's like, yeah, that can technically happen. Those tend to be rich Canadians. They're not the average Canadian who's like middle-class American here. They don't go, oh, well, I can't afford to get that.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just go to the States and spend a shit ton of money. It's like, if they can't get it done there, they can't afford to get it done here.
Right.
And the people that do end up doing that are almost always older people, or they're people where they're terminally ill otherwise.
Yeah.
So we're talking like, oh, I have a serious heart failure issue and I'm 80.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean I can't get a heart transplant because there are other people who are younger than me and they might also need this heart? So it's going to go to them because they're going to live for much longer, whereas opposed to I might get this heart and then be dead in any time between a year to the next 20.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So it's this weird dynamic that I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out.
Yeah.
What I'm wondering is if what I'm expecting it might be, and I haven't dug deep enough into this to determine, so, oh yeah, this is definitely going to be the case. But I'm kind of can see that what they're going to do is they're going to expand OHP.
Yeah.
So that it will just cover everybody. And the thing is, long, slow sip of water. The thing with this is, if we don't have to pay to get insured through our job or personally, and it's just a tax that even for the poorest of people is less than they would pay, or if the state can make it so it's like, hey, use an employer. Employer, you're a capitalist now. You're the person who's employing people.
Fuck.
I know. And so, but let's say hypothetically, you are the employer. And what I'm hoping the state will do is go, okay, if you've been providing insurance to your employees, now you don't have to, because we are going to be doing this single payer where everybody's going to get taxed a fair amount, and it will be less than what people would pay for their healthcare premiums anyways for their health insurance. What I'm hoping the government of Oregon will do is say, hey, if you were an employer and you are paying for your employees to get health insurance, you now have to take that funding that you are paying for their health insurance and give it to your employee. None of this. Oh shit. So I was paying like $10,000 a year or whatever the fuck.
Even more.
Or more for like to just to insure like this one person. Well, now I don't have to insure them because we have universal insurance. You know what? I'm just going to keep it. No, give it to your fucking employee. Pay them a living goddamn wage. I think that would be fan-fucking-tastic. And you know what? If that happens, you know what that will probably do? Win over a lot of fucking voters. Because that's in theory.
In theory, it would win over voters. But when you were reading this, I just love how it said, hey, this would actually be cheaper than what we're doing now. And I find that funny with like a lot of social programs, that stuff that you and I will say like, hey, it'd be really cool if we had this. And I always hear these fucking people around here be like, oh no, we can't, that'd be too expensive. And it's like, okay, first of all, good sir, what's your premium now? What's your deductible? Over $500. You get upset when you have to pay $5,000 out of pocket. Like how is that not expensive to you?
No, it's the difference is, and this is where this is stupid. The difference is it's an illusion of choice.
Yes.
The reason why I say an illusion of choice is because you don't really have a lot of choice when it comes to health insurance. You either have it or you're fucked if something happens. And even if you have it, you can still be fucked. The United States is one of the few countries in the first world where people will go bankrupt with medical debt and they have insurance. So the fact that Oregon is willing to do this, I am tickled pink. I want to see where this is going to go.
I want to see where this is going to go. And, I have to remind people, the problems we are facing in this country are happening under capitalism.
They are. They absolutely are. And just for shiggles and gits, hold on.
What are you doing?
Let's do the debunking Canadian healthcare myths. What the hell? Just fuck it all. Or do we want to do Medicare for all? How do we pay for it?
Let's do the how do we pay for it, because I think that's what people want to know.
Okay, so we'll go through a video they have on their website, Medicare for all. How do we pay for it?
Okay. Oh wow, they paid for this.
They did. It was about a 12-minute video.
I started an investigation. I wanted to find out why every year at renewal time, my company faces double-digit increases in healthcare premiums.
Ooh.
Let's consider healthcare expenditures at MCS, where I am CEO. In 2018, a family plan cost over $27,000 a year.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
That's $13.50 an hour for one employee with a family. MCS and its employees spent $2.6 million for health care coverage. That's 22% of payroll in 2018.
I would like to have that 22% of payroll.
Yeah.
So I took a deep dive into the healthcare insurance industry in the United States, and I didn't like what I found.
Well, duh.
155 million Americans receive healthcare coverage through commercial insurance negotiated by their employers.
Yep.
Another 20 million Americans buy commercial insurance on their own. Our healthcare system's reliance on private insurers is the principal reason Americans pay twice as much for healthcare compared to the rest of the world.
Yep.
The result is a huge waste of money and also poor population health.
But richer
Each year,
CEOs.
600,000 Americans file for personal bankruptcy due to medical bills.
Yep.
Most of them having some form of insurance. The system is clearly beyond the economic tipping point. How can we get healthcare on the right track, providing comprehensive benefits to all while at the same time reducing cost? There's a simple solution. It's called Medicare for All.
Yep.
And how do we pay for Medicare for All? The fix is conceptually simple. We adopt Medicare as the insurer for all Americans. We simplify, as other countries have done, the administration of the system by eliminating the expensive middlemen like insurance companies and pharmacy benefit managers that cost us dearly.
Have
but
them get
add
a real
little
job.
value. We negotiate reasonable prices available internationally for drugs and devices and for medical services under Medicare. We implement a public financing plan that fills in the financial gap created by ending our reliance on insurance companies.
Yeah, so I just want to pause this
Yeah,
for a
go
second.
ahead.
'Cause what you mentioned before, the lower cost of public financing, it's like gives us negotiating power to negotiate lower prices for services, medication, and such. One thing I definitely want to point out, because this was an argument that the Diaper King had mentioned when he was talking about healthcare. It's like we're gonna make the other countries pay their fair share. He had this misconception, and I think he knew he was lying, but it's like a lot of people are like, oh, that makes sense, where he was saying, well, the reason the United States pays so much is because we pay so that other countries can have cheaper medication. And they get the low bill and we get the high bill. That's not how that fucking works. Basically, what happens is the other countries, they negotiate with the medical companies that produce this stuff, the medicine, the machines and such, and they actually know how to negotiate.
True.
And so they end up getting fair deals where the companies can still make a profit, but it's not this insane profit, but it's enough that they can continue to do their research and all the fun shit.
Yeah.
And the United States, since the United States does not have a single-payer healthcare plan, the United States has several dozen insurance companies that aren't here for the people. They're here for a profit.
They're here to make money.
So they don't necessarily have an incentive to, make stuff cost less. Because if it costs less,
Right.
they end up making less money.
Also, I kind of chuckle when, they're saying like, oh, the company has to negotiate with, the health insurance provider. And I just laugh at that because I'm like, they're not negotiating. The health insurance provider is saying, hey, these are what the rates are. And if you don't fucking like it,
Piss off.
piss off.
Yeah.
I guess you're not going to fucking cover your employees. And the employer has to be like, we have to, though, because it's kind of the law. So the health insurance companies are in a far better position than even the employers are.
Yeah. And one of the other things, my place where I'm currently working, I actually like it. I have very good insurance through it. And if this takes off and we have single payer healthcare in Oregon and I don't have my insurance through my employer anymore, I'm cool with that so long as I have comparable coverage
Sure.
or better.
Yeah.
And if my employer is like, okay, as I hinted at before, we don't have to pay this in your insurance anymore. Here you go.
Yeah.
Here's more money. It's like, I'll be tickled pink.
That would be cool.
My prior employer, I have many things I could say about them that I do not like. And one of them is they did this thing where I worked in education. and it was not a main school. And every fucking year we had a different insurance provider and we had to sign up for a different plan. And it was always a terrible fucking plan. Like it would cover you, the employee.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to cover your family member, it cost so much more that it was not worth it. Like it would not be worth working that job to have that insurance. It was fucking stupid. And we ended up asking one of the few years I was working there, it's like, why are we switching like every year? Like I know like the regular school district here, they have better insurance than we do, and they just stick with one. Like they stick with one, so they like build up a rapport with that company. And what we were told was, we just shop around. So if there's always a better deal, then we go for the better deal. It's like, that is fucking horrible. That is absolutely a horrible idea. And it's basically, it's just saying, I'm trying to find the way to pay the least amount so I can make money off of it. It was insanely stupid.
Yeah.
All right. So do we want to get back to the video?
I'm sure.
Okay. So now back to lower cost public financing and such.
To administer MCS's plan, our insurance company takes 17 cents of every premium dollar for overhead. Traditional Medicare takes only 2 cents of each dollar to administer its programs.
Motherfucker.
That's 2 cents versus 17 cents. In addition to their own overhead waste, commercial insurers also cause massive administrative waste at the provider level.
Yeah.
Running a hospital in the United States is a bureaucratic nightmare.
Yeah.
Many hospitals have one billing person for each bed to handle complex insurance requirements. Doctors and nurses waste hours negotiating with insurers on which treatments are covered and why they are needed. We can save 7 cents of each premium dollar on provider administration with Medicare for All. We all know that pharmaceutical prices in the United States are out of control.
Yep.
We have employees on medications
Yeah, I can tell you about
cost
that.
more than their annual salaries.
Yeah.
Americans on average pay twice as much for drugs compared to other advanced countries.
Jesus
So
Christ.
just for anybody who's listening to this, because we're not going to show video of this, it was on average $430 for the U.S. and then it was, what was it?
Like 100 and
136 for Europe or England, and Canada was 100. So that's more than twice. That's like, that's like 3 times or 4 times as much. It's insane.
Medicare for All will establish a regulatory framework to bring down prices to international levels.
Yeah.
And that will save 6 cents of each premium dollar we now pay at MCS. U.S. hospitals
So it's
have
13
regional
cents out of
monopoly
15.
pricing power over commercial insurance companies. Medicare does a better job controlling cost by negotiating lower prices for hospital and doctor services. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania publishes an annual report on hospital economics. It shows that a day in a Pennsylvania hospital under Medicare cost half the amount paid by commercial insurance.
It's actually a little bit less
Looking
than
at
half.
hospital payments across the country, the Congressional Budget Office had similar findings. When we add up all the savings from reducing waste and lowering cost, 41 cents of every MCS premium dollar can be saved with Medicare for All.
Oh, shit. I was misunderstanding that. I was thinking like insurance over. I was thinking that 15 cents was like the difference total. And it's like, no, that's part of it. And
That's part of it.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So grand total of 41 cents per premium dollar for insurance. Jesus shit.
Yeah. Yep. And I don't understand why people are against this shit.
Because socialism.
Well, I mean, fuck us, right?
Yeah.
Our goal is more than just a reduction in cost. The billions of dollars in savings will finance an expansion of coverage to
Expands
all
to include
Americans.
vision, dental, and hearing.
As we
That'd be
end
nice.
our current system's reliance on high insurance premiums, we will use less expensive Medicare payroll deductions to fill the financial gap. Medicare for All will be a tremendous savings for my company and particularly to its hourly employees. For the vast majority of our employees, take-home pay will increase dramatically as premium sharing declines.
Yeah.
Overall,
it should.
MCS's
absolutely.
healthcare expense was 22% of payroll in 2018. That's 22% versus the projected 8.2% as a payroll deduction that Dr. Gerald Friedman projects
That's
in
almost
his
a
plan
16% increase.
to finance
Yeah.
Medicare for all.
Shit.
Yeah.
Dr. Gerald Friedman is highly regarded for his economic impact studies on single payer for individual states.
Okay, I'm not going to disrespect the guy. I think he's probably very well educated and expert in his field, but the picture that they put up there for that guy, he kind of looks like a conspiracy theorist.
He kind of did.
So, yeah, just I could see him like just going, dude, aliens.
This guy is highly respected, and they show a picture of Doc Brown in the corner.
Yeah, which I love Doc Brown.
Well, yes, obviously. But
Joking aside, let's continue.
okay.
He has produced a detailed national model demonstrating how Medicare for all can be publicly financed.
I've been at this for a while, studying the relative.
Okay, the video of him looks much
The
more
video of
professional.
him looks much more professional.
A great many research institutions have weighed in, and all have concluded that a single-payer system would save money while extending coverage. Just in the last
Well,
year,
yeah, but we got to protect the
Rand
billionaires.
Corporation modeled
Well,
single-payer
yeah.
systems for 2 states,
Money, money,
Oregon
money.
and New York, and found significant savings even after taking count of the cost of covering the uninsured and improving coverage for the underinsured.
Yeah.
While the projected savings vary depending on the assumptions made, even the most conservative studies project that a publicly financed universal health insurance program would save money while providing greater access to needed care. A simple comparison of healthcare spending in the United States with spending in countries with publicly financed systems shows we spend almost twice the average of nations with
10,348 compared to Canada, which is the next highest at 4,753.
Yeah. I mean, damn.
I just see, this is what fucking throws me into a rage. And it's not this. It's, I know what people say around here.
Yeah.
I know that they say shit like, "Oh, well, that's going to cost more. The government is going to tax us more," and it's like, fuck off.
So if you're going to be taxed more, but the cost of the tax is being taken out of your paycheck are far less than what you're already paying out of pocket.
Yeah, you're bringing home more fucking money.
Yeah.
I don't. You know, like I was telling you before we recorded, you know, like I get into these arguments on Facebook and it just fucking my fucking berserker rage just starts coming out because I don't know what else I can tell these fucks.
Well, what really makes me weirded out by this is I think there is a disconnect with a lot of people who think universal healthcare is bad. I think that they have this mindset, again, where it's like, look, if I have to pay for it, or if my boss is paying for it, it's a choice. And since it's a choice, that's good. And it's like, it's money that I'm getting to choose to spend. Whereas if it's being taxed, I don't have a choice on spending it. It's being taxed, and therefore I'm actually losing. It is weird.
Yeah.
So fucking bizarre. And it's this hurdle that, grow the fuck up. Get over it.
Okay, continue.
economic cooperation and development. All of these countries spend less but have better health outcomes.
Yeah.
Compared with us, the Brits live nearly 3 years longer.
Yep.
The Canadians over 3 years longer. The French 4 years longer, and the Swiss 5 years
Oh,
longer.
God, those fucking
We
Swiss.
waste money at every stage of the healthcare system. Private insurance companies, for example, take in premiums of $1.3 trillion and keep $260 billion, 20% for their own administration and profit.
Okay.
Again, I don't think people understand how fucking much money that is. I don't think people understand what $1 billion is. Did you know that you can spend $100,000 a day, and if you're not taking in any money and you have $1 billion, it would take you 27 years to fucking run out of money?
Yeah. Yeah.
Does anybody fucking do math around here?
Well, what is it? Like, if you talk about a million seconds, a million seconds is like 11 days or something.
Yeah.
If you talking about billion seconds, that's like 37 fucking years.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I'm not doing the math exactly.
Sure.
I'm doing this like
Sure.
verbatim, but it's like you're talking the difference between days and years.
Yes.
Because adding 3 extra zeros to the end of something
God.
has a big exponential difference.
Yeah.
By comparison, Medicare provides traditional benefits of around $500 billion, but only $8 billion is spent on administration, or 2%.
Jesus
It
Christ.
achieves
How
these savings
fucking
by
hard
paying
is
lower
this?
managerial salaries, avoiding 8-figure CEO pay, avoiding most marketing expenses, and by not profiting from our health care. The 18 percentage point difference in administrative bloat comes to over $230 billion. We also waste money because it's expensive for providers to process bills for multiple insurance plans.
Yeah.
U.S. hospitals and physician offices spend 20% of their revenue on administration, nearly twice as much as do their counterparts in Canada. This is $200 billion wasted billing a fragmented private
So we're up to
insurance
480
system.
billion so far.
Waste
Jesus
that disappears
Christ.
with Medicare for all. Americans pay too much for health care because a few drug companies and massive hospital combinations use monopoly power to drive up prices.
Yep.
If
Yeah.
we all paid only what the Veterans Administration pays for drugs, we would save over $200 billion.
Okay, so we're up to
If we all
680
paid only
billion.
what Medicare pays for hospital and physician services, then we'd save $400 billion.
Fucking
Monopoly
math. How
pricing
does
by
it
drug
work?
companies and hospital networks
Numbers are
account for
magic.
nearly
God!
half of the gap between what we pay for health care and what everyone else in the world pays. So even if we accept the most conservative assumptions, we are still projecting savings almost as great as the current Pentagon budget.
Jesus
Nearly 8% of
fucking
Americans
Christ.
still do not have health insurance. Universal coverage would add another $70 billion for their additional health care. Many Americans with health insurance find that coverage does not allow them to see doctors when sick or to fill prescriptions
Yeah.
because of punitive copays or high deductibles. Using estimates from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Statistics, I project that spending may increase by as much as 7.4%, a cost of nearly $200 billion, when we allow people to see doctors when sick or to fill prescriptions. This extra spending should not be regarded as a cost, because it means we are providing adequate health care to Americans.
So basically, the money's being spent anyways.
Right.
But instead of it, like going to administrative costs or all fun bullshit, it's actually being used to provide the service.
Uh-huh.
So then it's not money wasted.
Yeah.
Lowering the rate of morbidity and mortality and raising well-being. When we say that it is time for a change, the standard response is that it would take intolerable tax increases to fund a public program.
Yeah.
There's something fundamentally wrong with this argument, because if Medicare for all is less expensive than the current system, then Americans will be paying less in new taxes than we pay now for private funding.
Yeah.
Regardless of how we collect the money, we will be spending less. We are already
And yet,
paying
we have
most of what
fuckers
we need.
that want to protect the billionaires. Fuck them.
Well, yeah. Because,
Fuck them.
but Mr. Morgan, sir, if we don't have billionaires, who will create our jobs?
I'm so angry.
Yeah.
And not because of this. I'm so angry because of the general hostility around this.
Yeah, no, the whole idea of it's like this is socialism, therefore it's bad, and we need to make up excuses for how it's actually bad besides just socialism.
And again, these fucks complain about how much it fucking costs.
Yeah.
It drives me up the wall.
Yep. It's the same reasoning behind we need to take care of our homeless.
Yeah.
Why we can't take care of our homeless? We have veterans right now that we need to take care of.
Which you don't even fucking take care of.
It's like, okay, then let's take care of our veterans. We can't do that. That's socialism.
We can't put a thing on the ballot for a 50 million increase for the VA.
Yeah.
That's coming out of my tax. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck these people.
Yeah, no, again, it's just it's this insanely stupid aspect of greed.
For a better healthcare system in Medicare, Medicaid, tax subsidies for employer-provided health insurance, Affordable Care Act exchange subsidies, S-CHIP, and other programs.
VA
There
healthcare.
are many ways that we could
Yeah.
collect the remaining revenue needed for Medicare for all. A moderate plan would pay for Medicare for all by mimicking the way we pay for Social Security now. There would be a payroll tax of 8.2% for incomes above $25,000, a 5% levy against dividend and capital gains income, and premiums to those without labor income and above twice the poverty line. While there are many ways that we can fund Medicare for all, they all share this. If we can pay for the status quo, we can pay for a program that is less expensive.
Yeah.
The question is not, can we pay for a more efficient system
can.
that would provide better health care? The question is, what is stopping us?
Right. Okay. And therein lies my fucking problem.
Yep.
When our fucking president just says, I need $200 billion for the Pentagon, there's no fucking debate. There's no fucking, there's no fucking bill that needs to be passed on the Senate floor.
Nothing needs to be argued.
Nothing needs to be argued. It's just like, hey, we need $2 billion for the Pentagon. Okay, cool.
Sold.
Rubber stamp. Okay. Why the fuck, when I ask for, $40 billion for fucking healthcare in this country, I have to go 30 fucking years of my goddamn life argue with people? I gotta make concessions on the House floor. I gotta make concessions on that to the Senate. Then it has to go back to the fucking House because they couldn't fucking agree. What the fuck? I'm fucking tired of this.
Yeah.
If you can fucking just rubber stamp 200 billion, go fuck yourself. You can fucking rubber stamp 40. You can fucking rubber stamp 100 billion. God damn it. Fuck all these motherfuckers. They should all be voted out. I'm done with it. I'm done fucking arguing with these people. We need this as a fucking society. If you don't want to fucking give it to me, guess what? Luigi is our man.
I mean, that's not inaccurate. Look, Luigi was a great example of what happens if you fuck around with this too much. You can only push people so much.
Look, I'm not calling for people to be shot.
Oh, no.
Okay?
No, not at all.
All right. I'm not saying violence is the answer. I am just saying that if you fuck a certain segment of society, fucking look at history, okay? What happens when the poorer class keeps getting fucked over? Generation after generation. Okay. I'm not talking just, 10, 30 years. I'm not talking my lifetime. I'm talking, we're going back decades, man. We're going back hundreds of years. Okay. When you belittle a section of your community, and that community starts getting larger and larger because you're giving more profits to the 5 and 1% than you are giving to the people that actually make your society run. You start hitting a point, and I believe we are starting to hit it now in this country, where you start seeing the cracks form. CEOs get capped in the street. Sorry. Warehouses get burnt down. Okay, these might be outliers now,
but they're going to become more common if these things do not get addressed.
If it does not get addressed, it will become more common. The rich will then clamp down even harder on those poorer classes, and the poorer classes will fight back even harder. And I know this is a fact because I fucking read history books. They might not have semi-automatic rifles in the 1700s, but they fucking had torches and pitchforks, and they fucking had muskets. And they had guillotines, okay? It will get to that point. If we don't do something now, then it might not happen in Mr. Kiefer or Mr. Morgan's lifetime, but it might happen in our kids' lifetime. It might happen in our grandkids' lifetime. Something is going to break if we don't fix this now.
So, Mr. Morgan?
Yeah, hi.
How you doing?
I'm so angry.
I know. And this is the shit I live for.
God.
So, well, this is about the time of the show where I'd ask if there's anything else you want to touch on as we close out. But I think you've touched on it.
I think I did it. I think I got it done.
I think you touched it hard.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to our podcast. If you have any suggestions or ideas, please be sure to email them to maltliquorsocialists@gmail.com.
Viva la revolution.